everyone, Meta527ii here, and I am bringing you another commentary. Yeah, it's been a while since I made my last commentary, because I couldn't find a lot of available commentary material, because according to these morons' logic, you cannot commentate a video that's already been commentated on. Now I finally found something to work on. Remember 2 years ago when I did my commentary on Wave 3436, now known as Korea Wave? Well, that commentary I did was awful, but now in his DarkWolfWavius account, he made a commentary on Dr. C4 Perez, who made a list of top 10 things he hates about Pokemon. I'm pretty sure most of you know that I am a die-hard Pokemon fan, but I have to say that Wave made some points I'd like to counter. So I'll stop rambling and start the show.
Because it's since the top 10 in range, it's time for an avatar change. Sorry about that. But yeah, this will be my avatar for top 10s. Blah blah blah, let's go.
Number 9 would have to be evasiveness and accuracy stats. When you level a Pokemon up, its attack goes up, its defense goes up, its speed, its special defense, special attack, all that. But the accuracy and evasiveness stats always stay the same. They're always the same for every Pokemon. And the way I feel, it shouldn't be like that. I mean, if you ask me, evasiveness should be based on the Pokemon's speed. Accuracy should, in fact, be trained along with all the other stats that get boosted when a Pokemon levels up.
You do realize that if they were to do that now, moves like Sand Attack and Double Team would be labeled useless because they're there for a reason.
I can understand the whole Double Team thing because it would make no sense if Double Team would increase speed rather than evasiveness, but the thing is, he just said accuracy should be another stat along with all the other stats, so Sand Attack would have a use.
They're following regular RPG rules. Evasiveness and accuracy are based on luck in the programming. Almost every RPG does that.
Except I don't recall that many RPGs doing that, and even if they do, a lot of the time it's temporary. True, it's possible to miss, but most other RPGs I play don't have the enemy spam moves to keep you from hitting them that often. I'm pretty sure mostly every Pokemon fan has had their moments where it's so frustrating every time their opponent spams moves like Double Team, Sand Attack, Smokescreen, Minimize, all those moves that frustrate you to no end.
Even in games that aren't turn-based.
Number 8, water types are not resistant to rock and ground type attacks. And I'd just like somebody to explain to me why. Do you know how hard it is to destroy a Golem with Hydro Pump when it keeps using Rock Slide on your Gyarados?
You know, funny thing about that, you know what Golem's base speed is? 45. Wanna know what Gyarados' base speed is? 81. So Gyarados will almost always get the first attack. Wanna know what else? Ignoring the same type attack bonus because both Pokemon will get that, Golem will only give double damage with that Rock Slide, but it's still a Rock and Ground Pokemon, so it will take 4 times the damage from Hydro Pump. So if you're using a Gyarados against a Golem, then you still have the advantage. It depends on what level you are.
First off, Gyarados is a water flying type, and what is a weakness to flying? Rock moves. Second of all, Golem has very high defenses in regular defense and decent special defense.
Number 7, the original 3 ghost types, Ghastly, Haunter, and Gengar, were also made to be poison types, meaning that they're weak to psychic attacks. And on top of that, they have no useful ghost attacks. I mean, Lick barely did any damage, and Nightshade, it didn't matter if it was super effective, it was always going to make the same amount of damage.
First off, while it may have Psychic as a weakness, it now has 3 resistances and 3 immunities. You can't really say that's a bad thing. Second of all, here is Gengar's move pool. It may have the moves you listed, but some of those ghost moves are actually pretty effective, such as Shadow Ball, Nightmare, etc.
Number 6, and this is a big one, and I'm sure a lot of you agree with me on this one. Charizard, Gyarados, and Aerodactyl are not dragon types.
Well, I can agree Charizard and Gyarados should have been dragon types. Aerodactyl, no. Aerodactyl is based off the prehistoric dinosaur or flyer pterodactyl. It only has a couple of dragon features on it. So why would they make it a dragon type? That doesn't make any sense.
I completely agree, and I'm not saying you're wrong, but I feel this should be said. The reason he brought up the Charizard, Gyarados, and Aerodactyl thing, I think it's because he was talking about why Lance, a Dragon-type Pokemon user, use them on his team in the Johto games.
Number 2 is trait evolutions. I want a Golem. I want a Machamp. I want an Alakazam. And most of all, I want a Gengar.
Even though you just said ghost Pokemon are useless?
Which are all very hard for me to obtain because I have no one to trade with.
Well, boo-hoo. We all want things in life and we can't always get...
Oh goody! The old, we can't always get what we want in life excuse. That excuse is so not something that people say when they're looking for something to point out. Honestly, what was the point of saying that? I respect you, and yeah, we can't always get stuff in life. But that's not an excuse, considering how Game Freak can easily change stuff like this. I don't really have a problem with trading Pokemon to evolve them. Well, not as much as I used to before I got a Game Link cable. But other people do.
I will admit that trait evolutions are a little annoying, but they put in trait evolutions because of the fact that the creator wanted to use the link cable for more than just playing with friends, because not a lot of games were using them. So, that's why it was there. But for your problem, may I recommend the Global Trade Station for Gen 4 and 5? Yeah, you may not be able to get what you want, but you could ask somebody online, like, could you please trade back the Graveler I sent once I sent it to you?
Well, there are a certain type of people called trolls. Let's say you talk to someone and say, "Hello, I'd like to trade you my level 100 Graveler so I can evolve it." Then the troll says, "Okay, I'll trade you my level 1 Delibird for your Graveler." Then you agree and trade the Pokemon and Graveler evolves into Golem. Then you ask, "May I have my Golem back now?" And the troll says, "You've been trolled. I think I'll keep it. Thanks for the level 100 Golem. Have fun with your level 1 Delibird." If you know that person well enough on the internet, it might be safe. But if you don't know this person, then there you go. A safer way would be to do what I do when I went to Gengar, Rhyperior, or whatever Pokemon I need. Make sure you have a separate Game Boy or DS, and have both versions, Fire Red and Leaf Green, Ruby and Sapphire, Black 2 or White 2, Heart Gold and Soul Silver, whichever one you're playing. Trade between them, and voila! You have that Pokemon.
If that's the problem. I can't help you with anything past Gen 4 and 5, but there you go. Overall, this list wasn't too bad. I mean, there were some points where I wanted to comment on, but I couldn't because I'd either be repeating myself or I just didn't have anything to say, but it wasn't that bad. You brought up some legitimate points, and the points I didn't cover I either agreed with or, like I said, didn't want to repeat.
Well, here's something that I would like to bring up. I saw the original video, and he said he didn't like how Magikarp couldn't learn any real moves until level 15 when it learns Tackle. Well, Magikarp is kind of supposed to be the joke Pokemon. That's something you could have pointed out.
So, yeah. Some may say that I'm nitpicking, but
Which
hey,
you were at the whole, you can't have what you want in life
so why not
thing.
go for that double record, right? See you guys.
Okay, I have nothing else to say here, aside from the ones that I just pointed out throughout the commentary. So I'll see you later.